All right, what's good, gang? I know it's been a minute since I've done a breakdown video, guys, so I'm bringing you guys one here. I'm going to break down my last few trades that I've taken, guys, that I've called here in the Learn and Earn, guys. We're currently running a $50 off promo on the Learn and Earn code 50. So here I'm going to break down the last 6 trades that I've taken, guys. Very monstrous trades. I haven't done a breakdown video in a minute, guys, and I apologize for that. But I've been live streaming almost every single day, so I hope you guys, I hope you guys show up, around 1 in the morning. So let's get straight into this, guys. So over here, we have this sell that I've called right over here. Sells over here at 159, 450. And it was right over here. Beautiful. So we ended up calling these sells right over here. And then we ended up hitting a 90 pip target. Very solid, very beautiful trade. As you guys can see here, very, very solid trade. Beautiful. Here's basically pictures of people passing their challenges and stuff like that, and people paying for one-on-ones. So over here, let's keep going. So the reason why I took this trade over here, guys, is notice over here at this level we created a little level of resistance, right? So I know the fact that we had created a resistance here and then dropped down before. I knew it was kind of like a target for buys, so I didn't take the buys on this one, guys. I wanted to be a little bit more patient. So since I missed out on these buys, guys, one thing that I do is, take notes on this, guys. Take notes on this. So if you guys miss out on a buy or you miss out on a sell and we start to break highs or break lows, you have to keep in mind there will be some type of retracement. So your best bet to do, to take is, try to see where you can get in to catch the retracement. I know it sounds silly and I know it sounds stupid, but these retracements can be very, very big. In this situation, this was a very, very big one. I had missed out on this beautiful buy over here, but we ended up taking the short right over here once we had broken under this level of, not breaking under a level, but once we created this level of resistance and breaking under these like little lows over here, I knew that this was a very solid target. So as you can see in my trade that I did call a 450 entry. So it was like basically right over here, and price basically started trading under this 8 SMA, and then boom, we slaughtered all the way to targets, which is a really good 90 pip trade, guys. Very solid, very solid. And then price came back to this level of support, came back up, and now the next session. Correct. So over here we have kind of like the same situation, guys. This was a trade at 1257. As you can see, we had an entry at 160.048. So 160.048 on sells would be, where are you? This was at 26. So it was, where are you? Our entry was at 160.048. Right over here. Sorry. It was literally right there with 300 stop loss. Bam. So we ended up getting a trade right over here. I'm not sure why it was down with 300 stop loss right over here. There, it looks a lot better now. So not sure where that was moved. So basically, price had created these highs over here during Asian, and then we came down to correct the whole entire push. So my brain is the fact that we created this whole entire push right over here, and we came back down, retraced out, came back up, and then started trading under the 8 SMA bully. Notice how we're being bullied. Basically, I call it the bully SMA because when price is trading under it, you can see that if price is most likely going to be super, like kind of getting like this momentum. I kind of know how to explain it. It's more like a psychological thing, but let's say price really wants to trend in that area or to that direction. The 8 SMA will bully. It will push it. So every time it will hit it, it'll just push it back out. It'll reject it, right? Like a bully. You know what I'm saying? Just pushing price. So the fact that, longs didn't really happen over here, thank God I was being patient, guys. I don't really trade Asian session. And once we corrected this whole entire push from this area right there, then I knew for a fact that, okay, cool. Once I get a confirmation, we're going to fucking sell off. So once I started getting these confirmations right over here, guys, boom, I knew for a fact that we were going to most likely sell. So this was my sell confirmation. We did see a little bit of drawdown, guys. I think we saw about 7-8 pips drawdown max. And then, boom, notice how we started slaughtering. So I had a 25 pip take profit on this, guys. And my overall targets were 159.200. So it was a very solid, 3 risk reward ratio, guys. But, I ended up getting out like around 700s area. I didn't really catch the whole move, guys. Remember, I'm happy with only 20-30 pips a day. So that was a very solid trade. Continuing. Boom. And then we call these buys. Beautiful. So that was very solid. Very, very solid trade. Wow, look at that beautiful candle. Okay, boom. Then we go. Here's our trade. Okay, here we go. Now, this is our first buy in a minute. We call the buy 161.030, targeting 162.200. So this was kind of the area right over here. This was a swing trade, guys. I had mentioned over here, guys, this was a swing. But I don't really swing, guys, but I know a lot of my traders swing. So it was a swing all the way to 162.200. Right over here for 118 pips. But this was our entry, guys. Look at this drawdown, guys. We barely received any type of freaking drawdown, guys. It was a freaking solid trade, guys. We only received 4 pips drawdown. It was insane. It was a beautiful fucking trade, guys. So let's get straight into why I got into this trade, right? So notice over here that we had created this nice little range, and we were respecting the 50 SMA. So since we were riding the 50 SMA, guys, I was thinking, okay, cool. If we can continue to ride this SMA in this direction and then trade above the 8 SMA, then I will be looking for buys. So basically, since we were kind of just ping-ponging, we had this push, and I had missed out on this push. So I was like, okay, cool. You know what? I'm going to wait for an opportunity to get back in. So once price came over here, did a break and a retest. I did want to get in over here, but rule number 1 is, guys, you never want to buy under the resistance. You kind of want to always buy above it. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what I did. So instead of getting on this candle, I wanted to be sure, and I waited for the next candle, and I did get into the next candle, which was this entry right over here. And as you can see, we went immediately up 15 pips in profit, came back down, did another break and retest, like same situation over here. And then we started trading above this 8 SMA. And then after that, price just completely freaking flew. It flew about, what was that? Oh my God. Like what, 60, 70 pips? No, 50 pips. Oh my God, it looked like a lot more. But price flew about 50 pips, and then it came completely into the next session, which was the Asian session, and then flew another 50 pips. So this is a very solid freaking trade, guys. Break even after, but this trade went up about 90 pips. So that was a very solid buy. This was probably one of my more risky trades earlier after. So I ended up getting into these very risky sells here that ended up playing out very beautifully. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, guys, I have a boot camp coming up. It's only 49 bucks. Pretty solid. So we ended up getting these sells, guys, and then notice how we ended up hitting the targets and stuff like that. So my TP1 was basically about 28 pips, which is, I'm pretty happy with 28 pips at 950. So as you can see over here, TP1 was 950. So 169.50 was hit. So very solid, almost 30 pip trade. And then we came back, got stopped out at break even. Then the next day, I did want to take these buys actually, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to gamble, guys. And then boom, here was another monsters trade that we took here. So as you can see, oops, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. This was our 831 sells. The 831 sells. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, right here. Here it is, guys. So this is our sells over here at 162.940. Yes, guys, we are in a pretty nice, beautiful win streak. So we ended up taking these sells. So notice over here, one thing I always tell my students is once price breaks 2 levels of resistance, it most likely will come back down and retest the previous level support, right? The 1-2 rule, right? So notice how we broke this resistance, faked out under. And then once we had price basically come down and start basically just mopping under, I had a feeling we were going to come back down and at least stop out these buyers, right? So the buyers in this area most likely had to be stopped out. So I was thinking, okay, cool. Maybe there's a high probability if we do reject this 200 area, 163, 200 area, which is a pretty strong level if you go back in time, guys, and we start trading under this level right here, which is 163 psychological. I knew we were most likely to come back down and retest this area down here, right, which is 162, 200 area, right? And that's exactly what happened, guys. It was a very long trade. It was very tedious. It took forever, but you know, the whole trade ended up working out, and boom, 160 TP1 on this one was 162. As you guys can see here, it was at 162 at TP. So about 90 pips trade on this one called, guys, at 162 exactly, and then it just ripped back up. So very, very solid trade, guys. And then this was my trade from yesterday, which was honestly a very lucky trade. I'm not gonna cap, guys. I didn't know how I felt about this trade, but I thought it was gonna swing super low, but it didn't. But you know, I still hit my targets before break even. So 162, 831 entry. TP1 was 600. So about 23 pips were called on this one, guys, at a 1-to-1. And boom, we hit targets to the T at 600, and boom, beautiful. So that was very solid, guys. I'm very proud of myself and my performance lately. And it is NFP week, so I don't know what I'll be doing. But if anything, guys, I'll be pretty bullish about this area, all the way back up to this area right over here in 163.800. So yeah, guys, I mean, my performance lately has been pretty solid, very beautiful. Very, very excited. I didn't call these longs yesterday. I didn't want to trade yesterday, but we were on live stream yesterday. We did call them on the live stream right over here. Lately, we've been calling some trades on the live stream, guys, for other people, giving them ideas. So that was a very beautiful buy. I wish I would have called them on the stream. We took these Euro USD shorts with the gang over here with Marcos. Shout out to Marcos. He told us what we were looking for. I wanted to trade Euro USD, and I told him, hey, look, this is what we're going to be looking for. You know, this would be a good sell here, and then the trade went up 60 pips. So I mean, guys, we're calling some pretty big bangers over here during the London live stream. Definitely be a part of that, guys, if you're not in that. But this is what basically we'll be looking for during this London session, guys. Most likely be bullish about this area, 200 all the way back to the 800s area. First solid target would be 500 right over here. But safe sells guys would be right over here. So this would be your safe sells right over here back to this area. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. If you want to be selling, I'd definitely take safe sells under 163, guys. You know, any above 163 it'd be kind of a little risky. So definitely be patient, boys. So potential buys all the way back to 163, 700, 800 area for 50 pips, and potential sells under this area right over here, which is 163 to 162, 600 area for about 35, 40 pips, guys. So something to keep in mind. So anyways, guys, like I said earlier in the video, we are running a $50 off promo code 50 off in the Learn and Earn bot. So I hope to see you guys there. And hopefully we can keep up this momentum, 6 in a row, and let's get it. So see you guys in the next video, guys. Appreciate you guys for patience, and I know I haven't posted in a minute, and I know my live streams aren't posting. They're actually blocked because I post a lot of copyright content, which is music. So since I do have a lot of music and I do take a lot of music requests, a lot of that content gets copyrighted, and you know, they block it, you know. So yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching this breakdown video, guys.